For as long as I can remember, there's been one debate that never ends. It starts around dinner tables, at house parties, on long drives through the Rockies, and definitely in every comment section on the internet. Alberta or British Columbia? Which province is actually better? I've spent my entire life between these two places. I've lived the long winters, the rain-soaked coastlines, the boom years, the slow years. I've seen the mountains from both sides. And the truth is, this rivalry is deeper than people think. Alberta and BC aren't just neighbors, they're complete opposites. They're like two different worlds stitched together by the Rocky Mountains. One built on energy, affordability, and opportunity, the other on natural beauty, lifestyle, and culture. Today, we're finally answering the question people have been fighting about for decades. Which province is the best province in the world? To find out, we're going to break this down into categories. Each category gets a winner or a tie, and whichever province has the most points at the end takes the crown. And trust me, some of these categories will surprise you. Let's get into it. Category 1. Quality of life. When people talk about quality of life, they're usually talking about the feel of a place. What's the lifestyle like? What's the day-to-day experience? How does it actually feel to live here? And I'll be honest, BC comes out swinging. There's nowhere else in the world with this kind of variety. You can wake up beside the Pacific Ocean, drive an hour into the North Shore Mountains, and then finish the day in a vineyard in the Okanagan. The climate is mild, the scenery is ridiculous, and the outdoor culture is built into everyday life. But Alberta deserves more credit than it gets. Alberta has a different kind of beauty. The rolling prairies, the open skies, the bright sunshine, and some of the cleanest, best-run cities in North America. Calgary and Edmonton both offer a lifestyle that's surprisingly balanced, family-friendly, and rich with parks, festivals, and opportunities. Still, if we're talking pure lifestyle and natural feel, BC takes this category. BC 1, Alberta 0. Category 2. Cost of living and affordability. Now here's where the fight gets interesting, because when it comes to affordability, the two provinces couldn't be further apart. BC, and let's be honest here, is one of the most expensive places in the entire world. Vancouver housing prices are absolutely wild. The cost of everyday living, rent, groceries, gas, it all adds up fast. Victoria, Kelowna, even smaller towns are creeping up in price. Alberta, on the other hand, this is where it shines. Housing is dramatically cheaper, there's no provincial sales tax, gas is cheaper, food is cheaper, parking is cheaper. Everything is more accessible for the average person. If you're someone trying to build a future, save money, maybe buy a home, start a family, Alberta isn't just more affordable, it's a completely different universe. The clear winner here is Alberta. Alberta 1, BC 1. Category 3. Opportunity and economic growth. This category is basically asking, where can you build a career, build wealth, or start a business more easily? And again, the two provinces have very different strengths. BC has a diverse economy, tech, tourism, film, forestry, shipping. There's always something happening, and there's a certain energy to it. Vancouver especially is a hub for international business and innovation. But Alberta has something more powerful, momentum. Alberta is leading Canada in economic growth. Interprovincial migration is booming. Wages are high. Job demand is strong, especially in skilled trades, engineering, energy, construction, transportation, and tech. People aren't just moving to Alberta for fun. They're moving because the opportunities are unmatched. The cost-to-income ratio is one of the best in North America. If we're talking about the best place to get ahead financially, build a career, or take a big swing, Alberta wins this category. Category 4. Nature and environment. Before I say anything here, let me be clear. Both provinces are world-class when it comes to nature. Alberta has Banff, Lake Louise, Jasper, Kananaskis, some of the most iconic landscapes on Earth, the kind of places people travel across oceans to see. BC though, BC is diverse in a way that almost doesn't feel fair. Rainforests, glaciers, coastlines, mountains, islands, alpine lakes, deserts in the Okanagan, world-class skiing in Whistler, kayaking with orcas, you name it. BC genuinely has it all. The Rockies belong to both provinces, but Alberta arguably has the best view of them. Still, BC's natural diversity just covers more ground. This category is extremely close, but this one ends in a tie. Category 5, Weather and Climate. This might be the most polarizing category on the list. BC's coast has one of the most mildest climates in Canada. Winters are easy and summers are beautiful, but the trade-off, rain, clouds, and more rain. There are days in Vancouver where you start to forget where sunlight looks like. Alberta, meanwhile, has sunshine like almost nowhere else in Canada. Severe cold? Yes, but also Chinooks, those warm winds that can turn a winter day into spring overnight. People either love Alberta's climate or absolutely hate it. People either love BC's mild weather or they're driven insane by the rainfall. So this one is truly personal preference. So again, it's a tie. Category 6, Transportation and Urban Layout. If you hate traffic, you'll notice this category immediately. BC, especially the Lower Mainland, struggles with congestion. Roads are tight, parking is expensive, and bridges can turn a 20-minute trip into an hour. But BC also has something Alberta doesn't, a genuinely strong transit system. SkyTrain is fast, efficient, and modern, and downtown Vancouver is extremely walkable. Alberta, meanwhile, is built for cars. It's easier to drive, roads are bigger, cleaner, and better maintained, and parking doesn't financially ruin you. Transit isn't as strong, but mobility, especially if you drive, is far, far better. This one depends on how you live, so once again, it's a tie. Category 7, Future Outlook. This is the big one. Which province is positioned for long-term success? BC's future depends heavily on global trade and economic diversity. It's such a beautiful place, but the affordability crisis is pushing people away, and many young people struggle to build a stable life without significant financial help. Alberta, meanwhile, is entering a new era. It's diversifying, it's attracting businesses, it's capturing talent from across Canada. The population is booming, and the groundwork for future industries, tech, renewables, energy innovation is already being built. Alberta feels like a place on the rise. BC feels like a place trying to manage its own success. So for future potential, stability, and long-term growth, Alberta wins, giving a final score of 4.5 points to Alberta and 2.5 points for BC. And that means Alberta takes the title as the best province in the world. But here's the truth, and I mean this sincerely. Both of these provinces are incredible. I've spent my life in both of them, and I wouldn't trade that for anything. Alberta gives you opportunity, affordability, sunshine, and space to grow. BC gives you beauty, culture, diversity, and an entirely different way of life. Which one is best really depends on who you are. If you want affordability, financial growth, and opportunity, you're gonna love Alberta. If you want coast living, mountains, culture, and a more relaxed lifestyle, BC might feel like home. They're different, they're rivals, and that's what makes this debate so good. But for today, based on facts, data, and real-life experience, Alberta takes the crown. Thanks for watching. If you're from Alberta or BC, or you've lived in both, let me know in the comments which province you think should have won and why. I already know this topic is gonna get heated. And if you want more deep dives like this, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.